Okay, we're doing it a bit differently today. I'm beginning a bit early. Yes. Let's finish off this game today. Actually, I have no idea what we... So, upwards... Oh, right, we were supposed to head to Central Agency. Let's go there then. There we go.
Ah, Bulling is there. It won't hurt just this once.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Mr. Bulling. So, did your colleague tell you about the tip?
What tip?
Ah, I see. I gave him an explosive tip and he went without you? Oh, that's not very sporting on his part. No doubt he took all of the credit for his discovery.
You're winding me up, eh?
I must show Bulling something to make him believe me.
I owe you.
What do you want?
I'm not winding you up. The proof is that he gave me this advance on the debt.
The traitor! He owes me if I find him.
Before I leave, can you do me a favor?
Heck, tell me.
I'm looking for some reliable info on the murders committed in Whitechapel in the months before Polly Nichols' attack.
Reliable? Ha! You really think you'll find that here? Fine. I'll be honest with you. We have folders that group the dispatches from the current year into categories. In the police law category, you'll find the transcripts from the trials and investigations that we sell to the newspapers that ask us.
Perfect.
Sadly, I am out of time. I'll leave you to solve it, eh? You're the detective, aren't you?
Letter from journalist. Reparative wood, news and brief. So, Sherlock Holmes was a burglar and a thief, huh?
Closed. The dossiers are full of papers in dated envelopes. I can't open them. That would be too obvious. How can I tell which compartment to look in? No categories are indicated. An envelope is torn. I can tell that this dispatch contains economic information.
Economic? No, that's this one. Alright, we took it as a note. Those or those? I'd say economy. Anyways. Bill for repairs. Oh. Oh boy. This is not good. How are you supposed to tell? Is that front page? Revolve and society section. Okay. Overflows into the box below. Okay. That is society, and that is world. The society is a neighbor with economy, if I understood this correctly. There are two different translations to this one. He could easily confuse the politics with the society section on his right. This letter with economy, which is his neighbor. What a lovely mess. Mayor info up high, except news and brief. Weather section is almost always empty. Transport is underneath economy. And then we had personalities. Are on the side. What do you mean politics and society is on the side? End of the row. Wait. That personalities, then personalities should be up here, since weather is almost always empty. It could be that this is weather and this is personalities as well. Since this one is almost empty, one could say. Front page news is first compartment. Yeah, that was useful. Culture. Nice.
These envelopes contain dispatches of police and judicial cases. Now, I need to open them discreetly. I must try to unglue the openings.
So that's what they meant by end of the row. Double meanings. Damn it. That was the beginning of the row. But it's a... Oh. How do we open this?
These envelopes contain dispatches of police and judicial cases. Now, I need to open them discreetly. I must try to unglue the openings. I need something. I need something.
Guess we make a save just in case.
These envelopes contain dispatches of police and judicial cases. I need something. 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 These envelopes contain dispatches of... These envelopes contain dispatches of police and judicial. I need something.
Yeah, we need water, don't we? I know that we're gonna use the steam from it. I cannot use the matchsticks.
I need something.
I cannot seem to find anything to take.
Water.
Oh, there we have it.
There, that will provide me with steam. These envelopes contain... Open, and it looks like I'm in luck. This envelope contains precious information.
There we go. Mr. Riney Baxter, these Middlesex Corner, apparently held. So there were 3 men. Hmm. Okay, so this one. Abroncades. Cab driver. Hmm. Marianne Colony, purely dull.
The information excludes the murder of the first woman, Miss Smith. Jack the Ripper can't be the author of that crime. On the other hand, there are enough similarities to suggest he may be the killer of Martha Tabram. I must go to the pet shop.
Okay.
I must go to the pet shop.
Yes. To the pet shop?
I must go to the pet shop.
Yes.
Closed until further notice. Abraham isn't there. No luck.
Beep beep.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening, sir.
Do you know why Mr. Solomonovich's shop is closed?
No, I don't. Perhaps his cousin, the cobbler, knows. But I believe the police came to take his animals. I think that might have something to do with it.
When was this?
During the day. The kids you were with the other day were there, they told me. They just came by to ask for some cat's meat. They didn't have any money, but I gave them some anyway. Ah,
Something wrong?
Is something wrong?
it's just that there was a little girl with them, the same age as mine. My little girl who went away with her mother, with the angels into the sky.
Dr. Watson told me about your loss. Please accept my condolences. Would you like to talk about it? How
Yeah,
did
what's
it
up,
happen?
Holmes?
The
going?
illness, sir. My poor little girl was in agony.
Oh
and
yeah?
her face
We're doing
and
pretty
body
good.
were ravaged
Doing
by
some
the
early
disease.
streaming.
Her face.
Yes,
To
she
beat
looked
this
like
game.
a ghost.
Let's see here. Gonna move that one. I'll be lurking while working. Sounds awesome.
What illness was it?
Dr. Gibbons tried
Today
to
is
explain
the day
when I
we'll
took
beat
my
this
little
game, I
girl
think.
to see him, but I didn't
We have
understand.
around at
I'm
most
sure that
2
he was
hours
trying
to
to
beat this game.
insinuate it was
After
my
that, I need
fault.
to head out.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to talk about it anymore.
No,
I understand.
poor,
Farewell.
poor lad.
Let's go and see Dr. Gibbons.
Dr. Gibbons. But I think we will beat this in 2 hours' time. We are very
Hello,
close
Doctor.
to the end.
Do you remember me? I'm Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson's friend.
Oh, yes. Excuse the mess, but I am doing a bit of tidying.
I have come to see you about a Mr. Hardyman, a cat food seller by trade, who recently lost his daughter and wife.
Yes, I know him. A tragic story.
Seas.
Actually,
No.
I was hoping you could tell me about the
Oh.
disease that took his daughter.
Well, to keep it short, we are speaking of syphilis, Mr. Holmes. You must certainly know that it is transmitted through intimate connections, and that the vast prostitute population here contributes to its inevitable progression. It destroys individuals by spreading through the body slowly. The most obvious symptoms can be found in the genitalia and on the face in the form of pustules or lesions. Sometimes this illness can destroy whole families. The father catches it from a prostitute, he transmits it to his wife, who in her turn passes it to the kids which she bears or nurses. These cases are numerous in the vicinity.
Oh boy.
Certain children, and this is the case of the little girl whom I won't name, suffer from an emaciation of the face which will, apart from predicting an imminent death, bring infamy upon the family.
Emaciation of the face?
Yes, what we sometimes call the pox. I will give you a photograph. One cannot be mistaken on the origin of such a face. The eyes seem to be void of lids. The nose is inexistent,
Oh.
as if it was cut off. And the cheeks are chiselled, as if cut with a knife. This loss of facial matter This emaciation is, in this area, often the gift from a father to his children.
Oh no.
Can I keep this photograph?
I should destroy it, but if it can remind you that one must sometimes think twice before giving in to physical attraction.
I always seem to find myself alone in such cases. Thank you, Doctor.
So it was her.
Let's go to the cobbler's.
Wait a second. Oh no. Really? Could a father be Jack? Wait, what did our character say? Back to Watson, I think is
Nothing of interest here.
okay. Oh, okay. We're supposed to go to the cobbler.
Let's go to the cobbler's. Hello, Mr. Solomonovich.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, how are things with you?
Abraham.
I heard your cousin Abraham had a problem with his shop. What happened?
Ah, if I didn't know you well, I would tell you that it's Jewish business that doesn't concern anyone but the Jews. But as you have a little bit to do with it, you have the right to know what is going on.
Ah, would I have something to do with it?
Someone had seen Abraham telling you something and making big gestures near the Imperial Club. A vicious rumor quickly spread, and it has caused him great injustice. A slanderous denunciation attracted the authorities' attention to my cousin's shop. Abraham must be in the process of answering their questions.
I did, indeed, speak with your cousin the other night. I'm shocked at the consequences of this discussion.
As I was saying, it's the story of the Jews. In the face of adversity, we are united, but amongst ourselves, it's like anywhere else. As soon as our people take a dislike to someone, for right or wrong, we can be without pity and quite cruel.
Oh.
This is all very worrying. Your cousin knows one, or rather two, of the men who were at the Imperial Club on the night of the Mitre Square murder. One of the two, a butcher in Aldgate named Joseph, is probably withholding information of the utmost importance. I must find this man. Perhaps you can help me.
But there are dozens of Jewish butchers around Aldgate, half of which must be called Joseph. And you know, Mr. Holmes, we Jews prefer to remain in the background of this murderer business, this Jack the Ripper thing. All of London is pointing their fingers at us, saying, it's a Jew who disemboweled these women. Our community is in great peril, you know. There was the business with Lipsky and Leather Apron. I will see what I can do, but I don't promise anything.
I'd be extremely grateful to you. Very well. We may meet again, Mr. Solomonovich.
You are most welcome, Mr. Holmes.
I've paced up and down Whitechapel enough. I should return to Baker Street in order to reflect on the new facts that I have discovered.
Yeah, let's do that.
Hello, Holmes.
Good day, Watson.
Listen, Holmes, I know I should have got here sooner to give you a report on my research, but this case has led me to neglect my patients and my wife more than I care to admit. I've been able to sort things out over the last few days, and now I am ready to pursue this investigation.
Yay!
You don't have to justify yourself, Watson. Whilst I do tolerate you as an observer, and despite your occasional help with more menial tasks, may I remind you that you are by no means an indispensable part of this case.
Oh, you tolerate me as an observer, do you? Oh, you're too much, Holmes. Well, Mr. Detective, despite my absence, I have been working on this case. putting my relationship on the line in the process. And I happen to have a confidential letter that only passed from one lord's hand to another. What it contains is extremely serious and concerns Dr. Tumblety and his collection of uteri.
Let me see that.
My lord, be hereby assured of my entire collaboration in the affair, to which I must reply. No. Let's not do that. I'll speed read a bit fast here. Oh.
Excellent. This American could turn out to be of great use to use.
That's right, and that's not all. I did some research and finally found an illness that affects the genitalia and can, in certain cases, cause facial symptoms resembling the mutilations seen on the last victim. It is called,
Syphilis.
would you believe?
Syphilis and the emaciation that can be seen in affected children. I have known that for days, Watson.
Really?
Listen, now you're already here, Watson, we may as well continue the investigation. Do you remember the map on which we established the area in which our killer lives? I think we should continue our study.
Or Watson.
I have no reason to go that way. Nothing of interest here. Nothing of interest here. I have no reason to go that way.
Where are we supposed to go?
We must place the murder of Martha Tabram in George Yard on the map.
Right.
Well, I discovered the case of another murder before that of Bucks Row. It happened in George Yard. We shall put it on the map in order to see if it corresponds
as long as
to
we
our
don't have
area
to
of
make
research.
circles.
We must place the murder of Martha Tabram in
Making the
George
yellow
Yard
circle was super
on the
difficult.
map.
I think we sat at least half an hour trying to get it right.
That is where Martha Tabram's murder took place. There's no point going there. I already have all the information we need on that matter. You see, this murder took place in the area in which our killer lives, his safe zone. Nonetheless, there are two major differences between the murder of this Martha Tabram and that of Polly Nichols. Firstly, the blows inflicted are not the same.
And the second difference?
It follows on from a doctor's opinion. He claims two weapons might have been used, and if there is one group of people we absolutely must not trust in this business, it's doctors. Don't you agree, Watson?
Watch it, Holmes.
Tabram's murder took place in an area where the murderer, whose cowardice is clear, was able to make a quick getaway, that is to say, near his home. For his second murder, he would have wanted to go further afield, so the police would not link these two cases. And as for the other murders, seeing the ineffectiveness of his last one, he headed in different directions to kill his victims while still staying in the vicinity and without going any further than necessary, and all the while planning his escape. My dear Watson, we now know what this man looks like, in what area he lives, and that he suffered directly or indirectly from syphilis. Let's not forget the anatomical knowledge he must almost certainly possess. Given his lower-class background, a butcher seems very likely. However, it may be the case that the man was a butcher once, but is no longer. He might also have been a medical assistant. Who knows? That's why we need the testimonies of the other Joseph and Dr. Tumblety in order to be certain.
What shall we do, Holmes?
As the police's cooperation is futile and can be ruled out, we have nothing to do but wait. Watson, wait, and hope we see one of these two men before the killer strikes again.
At last, a long day's work done. How are you doing, Holmes?
Fine, Watson, just fine.
I suppose you still haven't heard any news from Whitechapel?
No, Watson.
It's been almost a month now. Who knows? Our killer may have brought justice upon himself, overcome by remorse and ignominy for his actions.
Not a chance, Watson.
You haven't done anything about the story of a kidney that was sent in the post and reported by the papers. Why not?
The killer left a message on one occasion with the intention of harming. The letter accompanying this package served no purpose other than to give value to its recipient and arouse disgust against its sender. The killer has never done anything for nothing. In order to authenticate the Galston Street message, he left an indisputable piece of evidence. Can we really say as much about this kidney?
I don't know. All I know is that there are letters piling up on your desk. Isn't it time to move on to another case?
Absolutely not, Watson. I think that the other Joseph is reluctant to meet me. The man he saw must certainly have put the fear of God in him, a man well known for his violence and his hatred towards Jews. There can't be any shortage of those in Whitechapel. I have hope yet. As for Dr. Tumblety...
We found him, Mr. Holmes. We found him.
Who's that?
Dr. Bumblebee. He's been locked up by the bobbies, but they've let him loose. Oi, he was looking round like a rat who's scared of his own shadow. He's gonna do a run at years.
Watson, this is our chance. The game is afoot. Let's hope that Tumblety will go to collect his trunk. As for you, my little friends, thank you for lifting this burden that has been on my shoulders for almost a month.
There. There we go. To the police?
Let's return to the boarding house.
He is here. The doctor is here, up in his room. Peeking through my door, I saw him go up the stairs, and I think that he has a pistol.
Regarding the trunk, did you do what I told you to?
Yes, I jammed the lock and filled the trunk with stones. Should we call the police?
Absolutely not. Go home, lock your doors, and if you hear a gunshot, shout as loudly as you can. Watson, we must disarm this man at all costs before attempting to confront him. Come, have your pistol at the ready and stay alert.
Here we go. Let's make a save. I really like this picture. Really nice.
Don't move a muscle or I shoot.
Who? What is going on?
Bravo, Watson. I take back everything I ever said about your less than full involvement in our investigations.
Listen, Mr. Policeman. I already told everything to your colleagues at the station, so...
Don't you believe it, sir. We're not with the police. We are here to talk about human organs, an area in which you seem to have a great deal of interest.
What? But who are you?
We are the ones holding the pistol. Listen, Tumblety, tell us everything you know and you will be spared from the noose or a bullet. Have you tried to get hold of any female genitalia from someone during these past months?
So that's it. You English. Listen,
It's not him.
as it happens, I do have a collection of female genital organs which I hold dear and
Oh,
never
yes,
miss
sir?
the chance to show my friends whatever the occasion. If you knew what I feel when my eyes meet the young men's as they contemplate with astonishment and disgust this soft and flabby skin that they worship and place at the center of all their passions. Women repulse me, gentlemen. They are one of nature's greatest mistakes.
Uh-oh.
Lying, haughty, and most of all, nauseating.
Uh-oh.
No, sirs. Men, mankind, we are not made to soil ourselves with such animals, and it is my task to educate my peers, like the ancient Greeks used to do, and put them on the path to masculine relationships, the only kind worthy of our intelligence.
My God, this man has lost his marbles, Holmes.
You haven't answered my question. Did you attempt to obtain any female organs?
Indeed, but a long time ago. I was living in Liverpool at the time. A few of my specimens were starting to lose their freshness. But despite the sum proposed, the heads of the university hospitals refused to accede to my demands. The fear of what others would say, certainly. I know nothing more similar to an arrogant fowl than an English doctor. Yakety-yak, always showing off in the courtyard with their haughty airs. And as soon as...
Shut it, Tumblety. So, was it you who killed all of these women? Yes or no?
I regret to say that it was not. If I had really wanted a few more uteri, I would have had them brought in from the United States, where it would cost me much less than here. Or I would have shown a few gold coins in the hallways of a morgue or a hospital in London, and they would have kissed my feet to sell them to me. And not taken the least risk. But kidneys are all the latest, aren't they? I think that I could find one tomorrow for less than £1. In short, gentlemen, I do not know your killer, and I don't know why he's doing that. But if you come across him one day, please send him my friendship and my deepest respect.
You've gone too far this time.
Come, Watson, let's not get carried away now. Thank you for your assistance, Doctor. If I may offer some advice, you should leave England as soon as possible. Each day that you remain in this country is a risk that an intelligent man would not take.
My pistol?
Without that, it will be even more risky.
Can we believe this man, Holmes?
He can't be the murderer, and his story regarding the organs fits. But we can't afford to take the slightest risk. I will ask the Baker Street irregulars to follow him. Listen, lads,
That
when
sounds
Tumblety
good.
leaves here, follow him
Because
discreetly.
he could always
and
be
come and
lying.
tell me as early as possible tomorrow where he is currently residing. Understood?
Understood, Captain?
But now we have... now
You
we
are
have a
already
face on
ready,
that,
Holmes.
on Tumblety.
What is going on?
I have been waiting for you for at least an hour, Watson. It would appear
Oh,
that a new
if he
drama has
is the
unfolded.
murderer,
The youngsters
then he
came to
won't be
give me
able
this
to commit
address,
it
but I
anymore.
have some doubt as to the actual location we are going to.
With the
Let's
irregulars
try
following
anyway.
him.
At worst, we may come across the Baker Street irregulars to put us in the right direction.
We are lost, Holmes.
No, we're not, Watson. We are heading for the very street I'd hoped for, but as I wasn't sure it was this one, I've made a few big detours in order to find the right one. I'll know it when I see the name.
Why, of course, Holmes. Why didn't I think of that?
But we know
the
the
great Sherlock
person
Holmes
is perfect with anatomy. So Tumblety is still one of the best leads. But he didn't
How are
really
you, my friend?
the profile
Are you not
though.
feeling well?
No,
My friend is a doctor. He can take care of you.
don't go there. He came here and he...
Now, Watson, take care of him.
Killed you. And then it's like, oh yeah, it's a lady who is doing all of the killings. You're like, what? That is still possible.
I have no reason to go that way.
What? Oh.
My God!
What happened?
Can't talk. Wait for the coppers. Are they coming? My eyes are crying.
No.
Go find them too, mister. I'll stay here and keep an eye out. Go!
No, I must await my friend. Ah, here he is.
Watson, are you there? How are you?
Fine, Holmes, and you? What happened?
Hello, sir.
What's that?
Where are we, Watson?
In Whitechapel, Holmes. This must be Dorset Street. You don't seem very well. Do you need something?
Indeed, Watson. Some clay, a great big piece of clay. I would ask for some wine, too, but as you know, I taste nothing but melodrama.
What is over there?
A trip from which you will never return, Watson. Trust me, don't go there.
A trip? Behind this door? In this room?
It's not strictly a door, it's more of a portal, a threshold, and what lies behind it is not the mortal realm, Watson. It is a place beyond time and space, the gift of a frantic artist who made use of his talent in order to grant us access to his world, Watson. Beyond that threshold is an abyss. Hell. The police won't take long to arrive, and the last thing I want is to waste precious time on them. Could you lead me out of this area and take me home? I have nothing to ask.
You should come and eat, Holmes. Mrs. Hudson has worked wonders. The joint has been cooked medium rare. If only you would tell me what was in the courtyard.
Oh, you don't want to
The
know.
answer, Watson.
The answer, Holmes?
Yes, the answer to a question that you asked me a few weeks ago.
And how the devil can the answer to a question I asked you be found in that courtyard? And what question are you referring to,
Who
Holmes?
is Jack?
How our killer set about reaching the height of horror by taking another victim, Watson.
What?
Did I not tell you that I wanted to avoid melodrama?
Do you mean to say that...
Yes, that's what was in that room. You helped towards the colour. All that's missing is the odour, but I shall let that pass. The mutilations almost all resulted in large removals of flesh. My photographic memory noted them all in great detail, the shape, size and location, and thanks to the softness of this clay and your medical knowledge, I believe we can attempt to determine what is missing from this lady.
Don't you think we should wait for the medical examiner's opinion?
Surely not, Watson. This massacre has gone on long enough. I can assure you that I will do everything in my power to get our hands on Jack the Ripper before this night is out. Watson, we shall reconstruct the body of this poor woman and inspect it in detail as well. Your help as a medical man will be invaluable.
Holmes, I feel a bit unwell.
Well, I understand. I will manage on my own. Her throat was slit just like the others. The wound is particularly deep.
I don't really see anything that has been By replaced, do they mean removed?
There were incisions in the rib. The liver was neatly removed. The liver was neatly removed. The liver was neatly removed. An organ is missing, apparently.
The
I
heart.
will specify which organ this is on my list. There we are, Watson. We have examined everything. The heart is the only thing missing. 2 uteri, a kidney, and now a heart. He had all the time he wanted in which to disfigure her, cut her up like a piece of meat, and yet took nothing but the heart. What do you think of that, Watson? Watson?
He was practicing? Yeah. Oh, come on, that's just clay. Yeah.
I dread to think how you'd react if you saw a corpse. I'm returning to Whitechapel, Watson, to Isaac's. If the heart tells you to come with me, if the heart tells you a little wordplay there. Let's go to the cobbler's.
It's going to be interesting to see who we will find.
Let's go to the cobbler's.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep. Oh, man.
Evening, Mr. Holmes.
Good evening, Hardyman. Has Abraham Solomnovich still not reopened his shop?
No, not that I know of.
Have you heard anything about the latest murder?
Certainly there is talk of nothing
You could
else.
totally make a cool
Poor girl.
sound clip
I
of
hope they
him.
catch the bastard who did it.
Who do you think that could be?
A madman, that's for sure. Everyone in the area is pinning it on a Jew. But I don't believe that for a second.
Why?
You're thinking
Because
that we have
Jews
it recorded.
don't like blood, you see. They're not allowed to eat it, and they have to drain the meat before cooking it. It's true that they eat animals, but they are fanatical about all kinds of silly things. I don't know much about their rituals and all, but I know that a Jewish butcher can't just do whatever he pleases with his knife. He has strict kosher rules to follow.
You seem to be very well informed.
Well, I buy my meat from them too. My clients don't care whether the meat comes from Jews or not. Cats eat it regardless.
Like
And
an
let
animal.
me tell you, I'd go as far as to say that I may even have more faith in a Jew, because even if they don't eat all the offals, a Jew inspects them to see if the animal was in good health. Lungs, for the most part, and as they make up most of my cat's
Not
meat,
a doctor,
you
but,
can see the connection.
but
right?
someone who's well versed with kosher could have done this. Oh no.
Jews are allowed to eat offals?
Yes.
That would be awesome,
They
actually.
eat calves' kidneys, I think.
How big is that? A calf's kidney?
Ah, well, that depends if it's fresh or if it's been marinated in brine or cooked.
When fresh, are they as big as a human kidney?
They would be, yes.
You know,
Holmes
Mr.
is
Hardyman,
also
it's
on
lucky for
for
both
that.
of us that the murder that took place in your mother's courtyard was only the Whitechapel killer's third. Had it been the first, I wouldn't be thanking you, as I'm doing now, for all of this important information. Goodbye and take care.
If you say so. Right, farewell, Mr. Holmes.
Let's go to the cobbler's. Good evening, Mr. Solomnovich.
Evening, Mr. Holmes. If you've come about the business of my cousin, I hate to say...
Before you respond to my request, I must ask you to answer this question of the utmost importance. What offals are Jews allowed to eat?
Well, the same as you.
Kidney, heart, liver?
Yes.
How are they prepared?
Kidneys are boiled, heart is often finely sliced and cooked on a skewer, and liver is always grilled.
These offals, do they come from cattle?
Cannibalism?
Yes, beef or veal.
And eating non-kosher food would be a grave affair for a Jew, isn't that right?
Yes, it would be very serious. But what are you getting at?
The Aldgate Butcher.
If I were to tell you what I'm thinking, Mr. Solomonovich, you would pull out your own eardrums to not hear the end of my sentence. It goes against the beliefs of hundreds of members of your community, and for some, perhaps even worse. I will ask you one last time before involving the authorities, who I assure you will be far less discreet than myself. Do you know who the second Joseph is, the Aldgate Butcher, who your cousin knows from the Imperial Club?
His name is Joseph Chaim Levy, but I don't know where he lives. I know nothing about him, other than he's a member of the Imperial Club on Duke Street.
That street is after Church Passage, coming from Mitre Square. Am I right?
That's it.
Thank you. You have been an enormous help to both of us. Now, listen carefully. I need you to find 4 or 5 strong men among the members of your family who you trust wholeheartedly, and to wait here with them until my arrival, or you receive a message from me. Is that clear?
But if you will tell me...
Later, Mr. Solomonovich, later. Let's go to the Imperial Club.
Here, club should be down. No, it's not here. It's farther away.
Ah, there's the Imperial Club. Let's see if I can find Joseph Chaim Levy.
We're going in. I mean, we're getting a lot closer to the real killer.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Can I help you, sir?
Indeed.
No
I
way.
have an urgent message for Mr. Joseph Levy, the Aldgate Butcher.
You're talking
I
to him?
regret, sir, but Mr. Levy is not
Oh.
at the club at present. You can wait for him if you wish.
I thank you. Do you know where I can find him? His home address, perhaps? It is a very urgent matter.
I am sorry, sir, but we do not give out information regarding the club members to people outside the group.
I understand. I must find a way to enter the Imperial Club without having to go through the entrance hall. A note encouraging members of the Jewish community to remain prudent and vigilant after rumors about the Whitechapel murders.
Wait, did I walk outside? No.
Judging by the sound of voices and applause, there is a meeting going on at this very moment. I'll have to be very cautious.
Pardon me, sir, but the club is only open to members.
I must find a way to enter the Imperial Club without having to go through the entrance.
Let's go in the back door then. Can I climb above?
I have no reason to go that way.
Okay. So we need to go over here. So okay. We cannot take that way.
Nothing of interest here.
Oh, come on.
There's a cellar window behind this barrel, which is preventing me from passing.
Yeah, move it.
There's a cellar window behind this barrel. Coal. It's a service door and firmly locked. There must be a stock room in the cellar beneath this room. If I can just get into the coal cellar, I shall be in the place.
Okay, can we light the coal?
This barrel is on a wooden
No.
pallet, but I will need a pivot.
Yes. Why can't you use this one as a pivot?
I will need a pivot.
Yes, this is a pivot. But we need some other pivots.
There we are. My pivot is in place. Now, let's find something to tip over this barrel.
Go.
I should be able to make it tip over. Closed. The cellar window is locked from the inside by a simple iron hook.
Good. Oh, I don't have a knife?
Closed.
Shadows take me. I don't have a knife. We need something thin, metal.
I have no reason to go that way.
Thin metal or glass could do it too.
Nothing of interest here.
I think whatever it is we need will most likely be over here. Maybe not. Okay. Now we check where is the missing item. Okay. It's not on the outside, it's on the inside. Okay.
This
There
may
we
come in
go.
handy. Let's go. Good. Let's try to find the exit that leads to the club.
We can pick up this one now.
This may come in handy. Empty tin cans.
This is stealth section, it looks like. Save.
Closed. Closed. No, that's not a good idea. The watchman is still there. I must... The kitchen. It's closed and... No, that's not such a good idea. The kitchen. It's closed.
I think we can do it like this though.
I have no reason to go that way.
Oh, okay.
Closed.
So we cannot open it
Closed.
with this key.
The kitchen. It's closed and besides I
forgot
hope
this
that
door.
it really is the key to the administration. Perfect. This must be where the information on club members is kept. Some square metal tokens. Curious. There is a document.
So, I wanted to let you know that if your club needed kosher meat when you have any special functions, I would be available to furnish it for you. Feedback. Jacob Levy refused on the advice of Joseph
There
Hyam.
must have been litigation between Joseph Hyam Levy and
Yeah.
Jacob Levy.
Looks like it.
A page from an old Yiddish-English dictionary. Court's proceedings. Curious.
Let's see here. There must be more.
This must be the club's safe. What I'm looking for is probably inside.
Good.
I need something. This must be the club's safe. What I'm looking... The lock on this chest is very...
Is it not sophisticated? Symbols needs to match. So let's see if we can find any. Okay, so this is E. Directions. So we want all of the north pointing up, all of the west pointing west. Can I rotate them? Okay, I cannot rotate them because they are not entirely square, I think. Yeah. Slightly bit longer here, so it's a rectangle. So let's see here. Do we have... Yeah, we have an here. Try this. That is not gonna work out because this one needs to be here because of this. We could try that. Do we have any S's? We don't have any S's actually. This means it has to be over there. Let's look for E. Actually, that one has one S. So in theory, this would be possible. That one would be connected over there. Do we have any ends that could connect with this one? But before that, let's look at this. Let's go from the P. This one cannot be placed here. Do I have any Y's that can be connected? This one cannot be connected. It must be up here. Do we have any other symbols which we cannot? This symbol can be connected. Which cannot be. Okay, it looks like all of them can be connected. Let's see if we have any Y's that are not allowed to be connected. That one can be connected. This one can be connected. The E cannot be connected. Yes, it cannot. It can be. But only one of them. Oh, there we go. This symbol cannot see everywhere. This one cannot be connected. And even worse, this one doesn't exist, right? Yeah, it does. There we have it. Still, that wouldn't work out. So, do we have any P's? That is the only P actually. Yeah, I think beginning from this one might be a good idea. What can be connected with? And that one. Not that one at least. This one. That one could be connected. Okay, I think I saw.
Elementary.
That was good.
I need something. I need something.
Okay. We need light. Oh, the book.
These documents contain some words in Yiddish, which reads from right to left.
Yiddish. We know from Kabbalah the power of gematria enables us to count. Oh shit! Did the game crash? Oof. The game almost crashed. Let's save the game. We do not want that to happen again.
These documents contain some words.
Count everything in the worlds, seen and unseen. Thus we know that Leslie count 9 and he's best because it's all nice. 4. One, 2, 3, 7, 8. That is L. Damn. 6, 5. Both E's. So these two are not the same. Let's say counts as 439. 439. This is means the man. Here Joseph, I did a counting of names for our club members, which is follows: Mr. Bath is 43, 403. So from this 439, we should be able to get out a 4, and the 3 should become same in that 2 Aleph and of 400 2 1. So B 2 1 AB and EH 400. Okay. can I change the order of? Ah, so that's what we're supposed to do. No. That one is 200. Then we have the shorter one. That one is more 7. Is it that one? No, it is this one. 6. Yes, that makes more sense as well. And then we have that super weird so this one is this one. Five. Good. This one has the value of 70. No, it has a value of 40. Ah, of course I did this wrong. It is 70. Here we go. That one holds the... Wait. Yeah, that one is... It's more curved. Goes downwards. So it's that. 70. Yeah, that makes sense because... Yeah. Yeah. It makes sense. Okay. So 40, this is an M. So let's see, model. Okay, I understand the system here. So 1 there. And 2 is B. I hope this is not like ABC. Oh, good. So this makes it interesting because that was Moodle. Okay, so we're going to calculate the sum of these from like hammer. Okay, so the value is... Ah, right. Because there would be multiple different values to have for 356, so they gave us here. Right, the value of that one. We need to do this one because right, we should do the symbols that we already. This one is Sam. This one was 30. 30. Yeah, we need to figure out. The 30 is probably from here. Yeah, so we need to go with this one. Then this is 6. Is it really 6? If it's 6, then we need to use the number 3. Yeah, it's definitely 6. And the first one here with 30. Hey, we have it here, 30. Right, we hadn't figured. Third one might be age. Five. Age is 5. What else should I figure out with 30? I could use permutation. It is not R here. Oh, yeah. H is 5. So that is 5. Yeah, 5 there. Yes, you're totally right. Let's go with this. This is 6. So 6 was... Oh. What? On that one? No, I thought that would be you. Is it backwards? Oh my god, it's from right to left! Hehehehe. Oh, I know. W? Ah. It's not... I'm struggling a bit to translate to couple one to the actual letter from here. I haven't really realized how the system works. I mean, when the letter isn't in here, that is. Oh, wait. Oh my god. Bath. Oh, I'm overthinking this. I'm overthinking this. But this one should have been you. But it's red. That would mean it must be backwards. Yeah. Since this one... wait. Yeah, exactly. Since this one is E. Then it must go backwards from right to left. So let's see. This one is M. Yeah, I should have seen that. Should have seen that earlier. It's backwards. Okay. So let's begin translating. Translating this one. Kind of like pie. The pie. The pie is 8. No, wait, is it? There we go. The pie is 400. See, we're done with that. Curve it down. Right. Okay, so let's go for that one. Huh? It must... Is it this one? Doesn't look entirely right. Okay, but let's look at all of them which has... There we go, I found it. It's 2. Oh, we have already done. That was the final one. So is that... That wasn't R. I just need to confirm here. It's not R. Because this one, Lester here, is 6, while this one is 5. So somewhere we are, because of the 400, we are going to sacrifice probably ST together. Or TE or something. Could it be that it will take ES onto this ES ER, but this one isn't R, so not. It doesn't work out. But let's see. Have I even gotten this right? Yeah, it is 439. Let's wait with this one. Actually, Lester, we could just test all of the Lesters. What? Now this one became the first one. But that was not the case here. Could it be that that when you do some, when they are equally long, then it's backwards, but when they are not equally long, then it's forwards? It could be something like that. I do not entirely understand the system here, but we could totally just. I have no idea what this is going to. Abelmed. Well, I never heard of this.
Excellent. Now, on to the next step.
Levi Joseph Hyam, born in Aldgate, membership April, Middlesex Street, Aldgate, professional self-employed butcher. Here we go.
Here we are. I have the address of this Joseph Hyam Levy,
The butcher from
36
hell.
Middlesex Street.
Maybe the
Now,
business
let's
is
try
so
to get
bad
out of
that
here without being
he
seen.
has to go to prey on people. Nah, that can't be right either. Or maybe. Are we done here?
No, that's not a good idea.
Okay, we're done here. We are gonna leave. Please.
Blast! My exit has been sealed off. The barrel was replaced. I'll have to find another way.
Oh, we took the hook.
Closed. This may come in handy.
Ah, so we're gonna do a Goldberg device. We need a rope.
The kitchen. It's... I need something. I need something.
There we have our rope.
I need something. I need something. I need something. I need something. I need something.
Combine. No.
I can't get out through the window. Closed.
There we go. Perfect.
I need something.
Really? Do we still need a rope? There we have the rope.
I need something. I need something. I need something.
What?
Closed.
Cannot really make that Goldberg thing that I want to do. I wonder if I'm missing something. We have got everything from here, I think, unless it's on the floor. Let's see here. Okay. So it was just that we are doing it on the wrong node. How can I select it properly?
I need something.
Yeah.
I need something. I need something. I need something.
There we go. So that is what we were missing. Now this is starting to look like we wanted to do. Yeah.
Now let's quickly hide in that. Let's visit Joseph Levy at 36 Middlesex Street.
There we
Here
go.
I am in Middlesex Street. Let's find number 36.
There we go.
Would you look at that, mister? A unique choice for unique customers, each specially priced.
It's what I'm bored to swear. What hurry?
Okay. Where is your home? 36.
It's what I'm bored to swear.
Hello, sir.
What hurry?
What do you want?
Hello, Ma'am. I would like to speak with Mr. Levy. Do you know if he's in?
I am Mrs. Levy, his wife. He's not arrived yet.
Do you know when he'll be in?
Oh, no idea. You know, he works at the butcher's and helps at the slaughterhouse. It often happens that he doesn't come in until early morning and then leaves right away.
Well, listen, as soon as your husband Joseph returns, tell him that
My husband isn't called Joseph.
you aren't the wife of Joseph Hyam Levy.
No, of course not. I'm the wife of Jacob Levy. Mr. Hyam Levy used to live here with his parents, but he moved.
Mommy, who is the man that you are talking to?
But this poor child has syphilis. He carries the mark on his face.
Leave us, children. Go back inside with your brothers and sisters.
Yes, Mother.
As I was saying, Mr. Hyam Levy doesn't live here. He works in a butcher's near Aldgate, but I don't know exactly where. But if you find him, he will surely live next door. Butchers always live near their work.
Could you possibly give him a message on my behalf?
I don't see him often, and, well, even though we know him, we aren't on friendly terms, you see?
Is he bothering you, Mommy?
No, Simon, not at all.
That's a handsome boy you have. It's strange that he has light hair.
He takes after his father. Strong, with light hair.
Wait, he sounds familiar to me. A man of about 50 years old, very big, at least 6 feet tall, and left-handed, correct?
You are mistaken yet again. My husband is only 32 years old, no taller than 5'3", and he's right-handed.
Obviously, there are many Levys in the area. I will leave you, and I pray that you will excuse the disturbance. Perhaps we will have the pleasure of meeting again. Farewell, Mom.
Goodbye, sir.
How you doing, Sunspeed? I hope life is awesome. It's Friday, epic weekend hype.
Daddy!
This what I'm going to swear. What hurry?
I must return to Baker Street. Let's go to Baker Street.
He does
Well,
fit
Watson,
in a bit,
not looking
though.
so good.
Whose fault is that, Holmes? If you hadn't shown me your masterpiece in clay.
Some actions have much larger repercussions than would be assumed at first glance. Listen, Watson, in a few minutes I will leave Baker Street in order to meet Jack the Ripper and put an end to his crimes. Beforehand, I want to go over all our discoveries to assure myself that everything is clear.
Jack the Ripper? You know the identity of Jack the Ripper?
Without a shadow of a doubt, Watson, and I assure you that we are in possession of all the elements required to determine who Jack the Ripper is. Would you like to do this work with me?
Oh, I'm great.
Well, we are still missing certain information in order to finish this investigation, Watson.
Sounds awesome, Sunspeed. That's Rising Bay. Been awesome to see you around, Sunspeed. Sure, the greatest luck. Syphilis deforms the patient's face. Head of the cheeks were slashed to become thinner. Let's see here, which one is this? General deductions. Make an appearance of syphilis. Jack the Ripper was confronted with syphilis. Let's see here. Let's go through here. Test other. No, Jack the Ripper works alone. There we go. Yes, but we know that he is a butcher. Or was a butcher. Let's begin with that. Chapman's uterus was removed and taken. Kidney uterus were removed. The actor removed the victim's organs when he could? Yes. He didn't hesitate. Geller wanted to verify the health of his victims. Geller wanted to verify the health of his victims. Indeed. I wonder if it's because he wants to eat them. Because we know that he's Jewish and he is applying kosher practices on them. So removing the organs is a way for him to determine whether they are edible or not. Or healthy, at least.
Perfect, Watson.
I didn't even know what I clicked on.
Let's determine who Jack the Ripper is, Watson. Let's determine who Jack the Ripper is, Watson.
But no, I don't think he eats it himself. I think he's selling it. Yes, he's selling. He's poor. He needs money.
Let's determine who Jack the Ripper is, Watson.
Yes, he's just a resource gatherer in the worst of times.
Let's determine who Jack the Ripper. There is nothing more to do here.
But where are we supposed to determine it? Over here? Or is it over here?
There is nothing more to do here.
Money. It's not cannibalism, it's definitely money. We're done with the timelines. We're done with the conclusions. We're done with the deductions. I really like this deduction, conclusion, timeline, and so on. They really help out to map out everything. I should not
Nothing
be able.
of interest here.
Exactly. But where am I supposed to?
Let's determine who Jack the Ripper is, Watson.
Yes, but how do we determine? Ah, there we go.
Thus, we have 5 suspects. Let's add the elements that correspond to each of them.
I wonder if we have to remove all of the non-correct ones later. It's Jacob Levy. I guess we need to remove all of these now. I don't understand though. Like, placing out all of the cards on them would have been nice.
And there you go, Watson. Jacob Levy, Jack the Ripper.
Fantastic, Holmes. And terrifying. But some aspects of this case are still unclear, at least for me.
For example, Watson?
Why does the man only kill prostitutes?
The man kills prostitutes because he blames them for the misery of his life. He must have frequented them assiduously, and during these nocturnal visits, he contracted syphilis, which he passed on to his spouse, and via her, at least one of his children. He is an angry man in despair following a mistake that cannot be fixed.
Why does he only kill such miserable prostitutes?
He never had the means to afford prostitutes of higher standing than Nichols, Chapman and the others. At one point in his life he was forced to steal to make ends meet. This indiscretion cost him dearly. He was imprisoned and exiled from his community. He had frequented low-class prostitutes, thus it was they who infected him and they who must pay.
But why did he remove the organs?
To take vengeance on his own community, which rejected him and had more success than he. He is a man who bore the burden of a sinister reputation, that of a thief and a madman, because of his internment. So he took his vengeance in the most cowardly and horrific manner imaginable. He rubbed his knife on the uterus of a sick prostitute before using it. He passed Edow's kidney off as a veal kidney.
Why did he disfigure the faces of the last two victims?
Revenge yet again, Watson. This is what you did to my child. You will suffer the same fate.
And the piece of apron and the message at Goulston Street?
The only reason to have placed the piece of apron incriminating the message and attracting attention towards himself is that the people that Levy holds responsible for his arrest live in this building. The butcher's where he committed the theft is found in Goulston Street, and the majority of the butchers who denounced him surely live close to their workplaces.
But finally, Holmes, why didn't his wife or anyone else notice anything?
His wife has many children and must be very busy. The man is a butcher, which must facilitate things when one is questioned by the police in the street and must justify the bloodstains on oneself. Furthermore, butchers often work during the night as the meat must be sold fresh each morning. His nocturnal absences were easily justifiable. Finally, he works in the butchers or slaughterhouses. Nothing could be more simple than slipping a kidney in here and using a knife soiled with human blood there.
This story is frightful, Holmes.
Indeed, Watson. Lies, infidelity, venereal disease, murder, mutilation, and finally cannibalism. A complete anthology of what humans at their most vile are capable.
Let's go at once to Whitechapel and put this madman where he can do no more harm, Holmes.
Let's, Watson.
Let's save.
I do believe we are not alone. I hope these men won't prevent us from passing.
Me? No. But you, yes, Watson. Your journey ends here tonight.
Pardon?
You're sometimes a little hot-headed. Moreover, Mr. Solomonovich has a few things to tell you. I won't be long.
You can come in, Mr. Holmes. He's waiting for you inside. Everything was organized according to your instructions. I don't know how to thank you.
Later. Dr. Watson is awaiting an explanation from you. Hello, Watson.
Holmes, have you the slightest idea what you are doing?
I think so, Watson.
Leaving this bloodthirsty pervert at liberty and hiding his existence from the London police? What folly!
Certainly, the police will never find their man, but with so many men deployed, this affair will indirectly have a benevolent effect on the crime in the vicinity.
But Holmes, wait! Justice hasn't been served, and we are accomplices to the fact.
Justice? But I don't serve justice, Watson. I serve truth. And incidentally, I serve my country, and I don't think that I have ever served it better than today. Imagine if after months of terror and a murder as abominable as that of Miller's Court, we deliver to the English people a man of the Jewish faith, a journeyman and head of family as the guilty party. a man who forced members of his own people to eat human flesh. All of this contained tension would have exploded in a myriad of anti-Semitic acts which would have thrown Whitechapel into a rage of fire and blood. And this man's family, who are completely innocent and have suffered more than their lot, would have been the first in the line of sight. Should we condemn an entire people to shame and promise them 1,000 wounds because one of their members committed an unmentionable crime? Neither I nor you have the right to do so. Jacob Levy, Jack the Ripper, is now in the hands of his own people. I have complete faith in Mr. Solomovich and the members of his community who, I remind you, courageously helped us. They took great risks and acted with the most salutary discretion. And, oh yes, it is understood that you cannot chronicle this investigation. It would be best to invent a story that takes us far from London during the somber period, in pursuit of, let's see, something challenging. A ghostly dog that glows in the night.
Don't be ridiculous, Holmes. But what will happen now? The police will endure a serious setback and a real loss of credibility. And this man?
Well, a few months after the murders have ceased, the police commission, finding themselves at an impasse, will come up with a story to tell, and everyone will vow that they know the secret identity of the killer without having the right to reveal it. As for Jacob Levy, Jack the Ripper, he will be imprisoned by his own people. He will pace like a lion in its cage until the end of his days, haunted by his crimes and his insatiable vengeance, until finally the disease which drove him to kill those poor women will finish its work and make him its final victim.
That was a nice conclusion. I really like this game, I must say. Except for some of the filler puzzles and so on. But overall, this has been the best Sherlock Holmes game that we have played so far.